Y'all, good morning. I'm Sarah Wall in the Fox 10 newsroom. A lot of rain yesterday, raining overnight, still raining this morning, and we're actually taking a look at some of the impacts that all of that rain is having across our area. We've had some reports of flooded streets. We've had water seeping into houses. We've had water rescues, all kinds of things going on across our area overnight and into tomorrow. We know a lot of you are getting ready, if you haven't already, to head out on the streets as you do the morning commute to work or school or wherever. So kind of wanted to give you a look at what we've been seeing. We're actually going to be starting here with some video of what was a rescue, a water rescue yesterday. There's a look at it. We just got some information in from Mobile Fire Rescue about this. They responded to a call about 10:16 last night for a report of a water rescue in the 5100 block of Halls Mill Road in Mobile. And again, Halls Mill Road was shut down due to water coming up over the road. And this is part of what happened there, because we saw a high water rescue here. And what happened is the units arrived on the scene. They launched a team of rescue technicians. They used inflatable boats to get out to the victim. There were some swift water swimmers that were involved as well. Of course, it was dark and it's hard to see in the floodwaters when you have such dark conditions. They also had a second boat that also launched as well. So once the team located the partially submerged car, a rescue swimmer swam and got a woman who was trapped by the floodwaters. They put a flotation device on her, they put her on the boat, and they did take her to safety. It all took about 45 minutes. By 11 o'clock, the rescue boat had returned to Halls Mill Road, the edge of the floodwaters, where firefighters helped her to safety and get her out of the boat. She was treated on the scene and transported by Mobile Fire Rescue paramedics. All of this caused because there was a lot of rain and flooding across the area. We have some other video to show here, and that video shows what happened in Lake Forest. This is one of the areas that was extremely hard hit. This is a look at things in Dwayne Ashmore's home. Y'all, look at how high. You can see that on the wall there, how high the water got when it came in. He showed us the watery, muddy mess that was left behind. He said it started in his garage and then moved on into his home, and it flooded. He says it's flooded in this area before, but not to this extent. Now, the good news, he says, is that he's okay, his wife is okay, and their dogs are okay as well. But what a lot of damage here in the Lake Forest subdivision. And we're going to be talking to people throughout the day today as well as they continue to clean up. And again, it's still raining across the area, so that's a problem as folks are trying to get dried out after all of the thunderstorms moved through. We had some viewers send in videos to us. This is one you can see here where it's just showing all the water on the roads. Now, a lot of this has receded today. We don't have as much of this going on this morning, but this is what things were looking like. Look how high that water is up on that car. We have some more video to show that shows that lakes, or rather streets, were turned into lakes, and that is quite a problem when cars were trying to drive through, because obviously when the water is moving quickly, it's very difficult to navigate. Look how high the water is up to the grill on that car, covering the wheels as the car continues to move. The water also moving very quickly in many areas. We're seeing some places that don't usually have water, and they actually look like flood zones. In Chickasaw, we had an area in Chickasaw that really saw a lot of rain and flooding as well. This is actually the Brooks Landing in Chickasaw. You can see some major flooding through the area. The rain still falling, of course, causing the water to rise. But what you're seeing here is not usually covered with water. We're also keeping an eye on local rivers. We're seeing things rising still this morning because the rain has been continuing. One of the things that a lot of people asking us about is how the roads are looking. And we've had some reports of some areas that they had to close down the roads. The school systems they're open. Classes are open. They did send both school systems, the Mobile County Public Schools, Baldwin County Public Schools, they all sent crews out to kind of navigate the roads, because of course with buses, things can be a little bit more difficult to navigate. But here's a look at the Algo map right now. We do show a couple of areas of construction, not necessarily any problem areas associated with the rain. But what this does show, and there's a little key down there on the bottom corner of your screen, but what this does show is there is a flood warning in some areas, and the low-lying areas may see some water, again, still falling across the area or covering over the roads today. When we take a live look in downtown Mobile right now, what we are actually seeing is some drier conditions. We are expecting to see this move out, but y'all be so careful if you are heading out and about today, because you may actually run into some wet roads, and that may actually be very problematic as you go, because we are still seeing places when there's so much rain, it doesn't give a lot of areas for the water to run off. And as it continues to rain throughout the day today, there is a possibility we could see more of this. And continuing to take a look at those rivers, we could actually see some more issues with that. But that just kind of gives you an idea of some of the extensive flooding we've seen across the area. We had some rainfall totals our meteorologists were talking about, and they are very high, and they will continue to give that information because it's not all collected yet, because the rain is still falling across our area. So be very careful as you head out today and you get on those roadways. The rain sticking around for a little while yet to come, and we could see some additional issues with flooding. We hope that everybody that was involved in that high water is doing okay this morning. We know a lot of cleanup is going to be happening, especially for our friends that did see areas with high water moving into their homes and stopping their cars and flooding their cars as well. So y'all be careful out there. The good news is our meteorologists say after today, the weather actually looks beautiful for the rest of the week. But they are continuing to show that right now across the area, we do have more rain that's rolling through, so y'all be really careful as you get set to head out. And we will continue to keep you updated on the road conditions as well as the flooding out there. Stay safe, and thanks again so much for joining us here on Good Day Gulf Coast and throughout the morning here on Fox 10.